So around the far end of the course, that's up by the fairground at the northern end of the loch here in Strathclyde Park. They've got around a kilometre, just under a kilometre, and we've got a big fall coming in there.
It's Alan Pennock's gone down there and Kate Roberts. Oh, that's unfortunate. They must have just got on the inside of each other coming around that corner.
Oh, here's the replay of the crash. Talk us through this, Chris.
Yeah, it's a simple case of being on the wrong side of it and too far up a wheel. You know, there's no real wrong person in this, but you know, this is the way, this is the sport, this is how it happens.
Aileen Reid at the front of the field for the very first time in this race as they head back towards the transition area to complete lap number 3. Samuels of New Zealand sitting in there in third place. Lucy Hall still up near the front of the field. Vicky Holland is there as well. "24 kilometres completed of the 40, 2 laps to go." It is the same 10 athletes in that leading group. Emma Jackson at the front.
And look who's following her too. So Emma Jackson and Andrea Hewitt have been sitting on the back pretty much the whole of the ride so far, and all of a sudden they go up a little tiny hill, and Emma and Andrea just want to remind the ladies that they've been here, they're still here.
There's going to be a massive roar for Lucy Hall as she comes through, a really popular athlete. So often in that lead group out of the water, so often the first out of the water. She's done another sterling job on the bike.
She has, and she's really played, you know, she's played and she's done her role as she's probably been asked to do. She waited and waited and made sure Jodie and Vicky were, you know, looked after for as long as possible, and now Jodie and Vicky probably said, right, Lucy, fly, off you go. Take as much time as you can over this next lap and a half, and that's your time in the Commonwealth Games done.
Stimson on the inside of the turn at the front in the English colours. Sweetland up the front as well for Canada. Lucy Hall not so concerned, down in 7th position at the moment, and Jackson at the back of the pack still very, very happy, content to come in. Aileen Reid, who's been in 5th and 6th nearly all the time, is there again.
Yeah, we've got the odd numbers on the right-hand side and the even numbers on the left-hand side as the girls heading into T2. This will be fast and frenetic.
And it's beautifully laid out. Important not to get carried away with the support of the crowd, and of course many of these athletes with family members here. Off the feet down on the ground before the red line. No flags raised, so no 15-second penalties so far. Now they just have to make sure their equipment goes in the boxes. There you see the names: Sweetland, Hewitt, Holland, Duffy, Stimpson's there, Samuels, Moffat, Hall, Jackson. Nothing has changed since the end of the first lap of the bike ride, and a very, very quick transition indeed.
Brilliant transition from Vicky Holland, out early and looking full of running. Jodie Stimpson quickly moving up, Andrea Hewitt, Kirsten Sweetland, Emma Jackson, Aileen Reid, Emma Moffat, Samuels, and Lucy Hall, Flora Duffy, all together. And straight away, Jodie Stimpson putting her foot down.
Jackson leads, Sweetland in 2nd, Stimpson 3rd, Holland 4th, separated by less than a second. Andrea Hewitt of New Zealand off the group temporarily, back in the top 5, and Aileen Reid of Northern Ireland sitting at the back of the pack in the lime green suit. More movement in the head, more movement in the body. The body language is not good from the Northern Irish woman, but she has a strong head as well. Sweetland looking so comfortable. Look how confident, look how smooth she is in the middle of the picture. Are Canada going to claim their 2nd triathlon title? Carol Montgomery back in 2002. Sweetland looks supremely confident there.
She does. She looks really good. And Jodie looks the same. She looks like she's not breathing too hard at all. She's sort of looking around, feeling measured, and she's controlling the pace. So at the moment, the way the race is right now, this is a good pace for Jodie Stimpson, because she wouldn't be at the front if it wasn't.
She looks determined. She looks scary. She is on a mission. And Jodie Stimpson is one of the most competitive out there. She just loves to race. There are many who love to train. Jodie Stimpson loves to race, and she will relish this occasion. Well, here they are coming through the transition on the right of your screen. The Australian Emma Jackson, that slightly loping style. Sweetland, immaculate, brilliantly efficient, and very relaxed in the face. Stimpson, the picture of concentration. What is going on in her mind?
Some of the best women triathletes in the world there. Fantastic, fantastic ambassador for all the sports.
And don't forget Holland and Hewitt in that second rank. Aileen Reid, who's now dropped slightly off the pace, desperately trying to get back in contact with the leading five, but she was there as they went through transition. Stimpson, who's been in second since the very first step of this run, right on the shoulder of the leader, as she always is, ever present Stimpson. Holland, her teammate, behind her, and we've got Jackson for Australia sitting in fourth at the moment. Andrea Hewitt, who was some 15 metres behind on the first lap, seems to have had a second wind, and she looks much, much more comfortable now. All credit to Andrea Hewitt for sticking in there.
Vicky Holland looks really good to me. She seems like she's just measuring herself and she's just tracking everyone. But here we go. Is this the Queen ascending her throne? Joe's just decided, okay, I've been following Kirsten after that attack, and I'm just about to put the foot down.
But look at that, Jackson has gone. Jackson is now 20 metres off the lead, and we saw her grabbing one bottle after another, trying to cool down. I think the conditions have got the better of the Australian, and what a surprise, because she's looked supreme so far. And at the moment, we have Jodie Stimpson leading, Vicky Holland having the race of her life there in second place. Sweetland is still with them, but suddenly there's a little bit of movement in Sweetland's head, so maybe she's starting to suffer. But the big climb to come, and the lightest frame of the leading three belongs to Sweetland. Is that where she's going to seize her opportunity?